For both?
Oh, golly.
On so it's on Facebook right now.
Ha!
Yeah, let me open up another tab.
I could also check.
Hey, America.
Good morning, America. Good morning, Weebs. Can I say that?
Say Weebs. Is it called Relentless Weebs now?
I just didn't know. What am I not allowed to say?
Oh, you're allowed to say anything because it's Facebook and YouTube you can swear on.
Beans.
Oh no, we are on.
Change the description and all that.
Can I start again? Can I delete this and start again, or?
I hear myself. It's crazy.
Okay, we're talking about swearing right now.
I do kind of wish the camera was a little bit lower.
Oh right.
But that's all right. Pretty. It's like knees are here. I just want everyone to know that my knees are. I'm channeling my Leo Photia.
Okay, wait. I tag you, and then we're gonna start talking because
Okay.
we're currently live on both platforms.
Well, that's good because you give people time to like roll in and stuff.
Yeah,
You
people
know,
are
there's
just
just,
hanging
like-
out. We're
yeah.
gonna share it on all social media platforms. Everyone share it on all social media platforms.
Yeah, this is the first time you guys are streaming on 2 platforms.
Yeah, first time. And her Instagram is
Up, down, left, die. Do that one or die
down, left, die.
or short round cosplay. Whatever. We do love Promare.
We are talking about
We will be talking about Promare.
your triggers. New.
Very, very exciting stuff. I don't know what anime is. What is this? What is all?
I'm nervous if you don't know what anime is.
But
We're live now. Good morning, America.
hello.
Good morning. Hello. How are you doing? This is Relentless Weebs, and on this lovely Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m.
7:35.
Is your background Promare?
It is. I got caught.
You got caught.
I don't think anyone can see. It is. It's someone's. I don't know. It's someone's fan art that I like low key stole, so I don't want to like show it.
Oh, that's fine.
So
Is it? I mean, it's not like. It is. If you.
I stole it. But,
Yeah.
So that's why I don't want to like.
But like,
whatever.
if you buy a print someday, then that's good.
I will. This person, I have you saved, so I will buy this if it's offered as a print.
So our special guest tonight is UpDownLeftDie from Twitch.
Hello, I'm Tiffany from UpDownLeftDie.
Hi.
I'm only one half of it's a streaming duo, so I'm only one half. The other half is he's getting ready for our big day tomorrow because we have a big episode tomorrow.
Can you tell us a little bit about your special day with your special
Sure.
episode?
Oh yes, tomorrow on twitch.tv/UpDownLeftDie, we are having a very special guest, Ray Chase, voice actor extraordinaire, the second most famous person in the world. The first most famous person in the world is Shelby. So the second most famous person in the world is Ray Chase, and he'll be on our stream playing a dating sim that he lent his voice to called Akash.
Oh, he's Ryuji, isn't he?
He's not Ryuji, but he is Noctis from Final Fantasy 15.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, Ray Chase.
It's okay. I did my research. But you know what, though? You're not entirely wrong because he also does Twitch streaming.
Yeah.
It's twitch.tv/loudannoying. And
He's friends with Matt Mercer and Robbie Damon, and Matt Mercer is Ryuji.
Max Middleman.
Max Middleman.
Yes. There's a lot of M names, so it's hard, so I get it. But it's Robbie Damon, Ray Chase, and Max Middleman who make up a group called Loud, Annoying, and Very Annoying, and they do their own Twitch streaming. So
I've seen them at KatsuCon and Anime Impulse,
yeah,
and they always do a good job. They're always
Yeah.
having fun.
I did get to see like they have like a stage show And it's very, very funny. They play a lot of like board games or not board games, but like games with the
like
audience.
improv games,
Yeah, which is very, very funny. So he's gonna be on our stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific time, twitch.tv/UpDownLeftDie.
Yay, I'm so excited. I love following the three of them doing their things all over the country. Do you know Robbie Damon, my friend, through Goro Akechi-con at KatsuCon?
Wait. Okay, hold on. I've never played a Persona game ever, and I'm in the middle of playing Persona 5 right now.
No spoilers, but
there's a Goro Akechi-con?
So my friends threw an off-site meetup in honor of Goro Akechi, and they all dressed up like Goro Akechi, and then Robbie Damon showed up. And that was,
no way.
That was really funny.
Right now where I am in the game, I don't like him. So we'll see.
Man, there's a lot of feelings right now with that statement. I have so many feelings about.
Okay, but at least for right now, I don't trust him. I don't know, but I don't know a lot about him yet.
That's safe, but I trust Robbie Damon with my life.
He seems like a very reliable guy.
Okay. Speaking of Twitch, while we're on the subject, how was TwitchCon for you?
TwitchCon was actually really amazing. It was my third time there. It was in San Diego, which is kind of like a home away from home for me. Just because like I've been to like Comic-Con so like frequently, and so it was just like it's really convenient just in the backyard, and it was great. It was bigger and smaller at the same time, but the cosplay contest was amazing. There was Twitch Sings, which is their singing competition, that was amazing. So like the production quality of the entire event keeps increasing, which gets me really excited for future shows. And in next year, it's going to be at San Diego also.
Oh!
Yeah, so same time, same place, basically. It's going to be the September 25th or whatever that weekend is.
Yeah.
2020, so
2020.
That's exciting. So get your hotel rooms, like, now, basically.
Get ready, because you have 2020 vision for your future.
Man. I'm getting to the age where I'm not getting
You're not at 2020
anymore. I'm so sad, because I, like, pride myself with good eyesight all throughout, like, high school, college, and then now I'm at the point where I'm just like, I can't see anything.
But like metaphorically, you have 2020 vision for your future, right?
My heart is 2020.
Yeah.
I can see through, my soul.
That's all that matters.
I can see your soul through my soul.
Speaking of souls,
These segues.
Promare. Burning soul.
Yeah, my burning soul. It's all over. It's all over my Twitter feed.
So yeah, speaking of Twitter, we both have Promare themed Twitter handles right now. Twitter display names.
What's your display name right
I think it's Leo's #1 fan account.
now? Have you ever been attacked by someone who was like, "No, I'm Leo's #1 fan"?
But we all like have the same profile picture. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've
There's like
seen
a lot of Leo profile pictures.
Which I'm not complaining because he's best boy, honestly.
Somebody posted something about Fate, but they have the same profile picture as me, and I was like,
not today.
I was like, I agree with you because you're me.
That's pretty good. My Promare theme name is Dad Burnish.
I like that because it's more sophisticated than Daddy Burnish.
Yeah, it's and it plays a little bit. It's closer to Mad Burnish. So.
Yeah.
So Dad Burnish. I'm everyone's dad, so I have a keychain to prove it, but I won't take that out right now.
So you're Dad Burnish. So for everyone at home who is like my mom or my aunt, shout out to my aunt in San Diego.
Hi, Shelby's aunt in San Diego. Go to TwitchCon.
Yeah, next year let's all go to TwitchCon.
Not a sponsor, but can be.
It's fun for the whole family, probably.
Until you get those people who are like, offensive joke here, and you're just like, no.
They've heard it all before.
Oh, okay.
We should probably explain what Promare is.
Oh, Promare's a Leo movie. That's all that everyone needs to know.
That's all it is if you check Twitter. It's about Leo meeting his boyfriend. It's a romantic comedy of 2019.
Yeah, it's very, very good. I have a friend in Japan, and like on the way here, don't text while driving, guys. I was just like, oh, if you see any Promare merch, can you buy me some? And she's like, I have no idea what that is. So she looked it up, and she's like, what porn are you into? I was like, what are you looking up? And she's like, all I read was the description, and it was just like an elite team of hot firefighters. And I was like, that's not what I remember from the movie at all.
I want to be like, I want to get hired as a person who like writes descriptions for like TV Guide, like when you press that.
Oh yeah.
Because
what would your Promare description be then?
Hot terrorists meet equally hot firemen, and they learn how to love.
That sounds. I guess.
Am I wrong?
You're not. But
last week I actually had to guess the plot of Promare because we were talking about aliens. That was our subject. So I guessed that it was about someone fighting for logic and someone fighting for emotion, and there's a conflict, and eventually they have to work together. So like I wasn't wrong.
I feel like you explained most anime.
That's what they said. I got called out twice in the same month. Yeah, that's every anime basically. Is like there's a conflict between logic and emotion. But yeah, like in that sense, Promare was like normal, if that makes sense.
I can see that.
But Studio Trigger also does this thing where they're like, yeah, this doesn't make sense, but watch these guys punch each other until it does. So
and then it made sense. And then
yeah.
I was happy.
So do you want to like trade off giving the description for what Promare is actually about?
Okay.
Other than hot terrorists, because that's
okay.
Yeah, that's a part of it.
I guess for people who don't know what Promare is, you want to go first?
It's a feature-length film. The first, like, in-theaters feature-length film by Studio Trigger. I know that Studio Trigger did do Little Witch Academia, the OVA, and everything like that, but it's, like, their first, like, big
like
boy...
in theaters, on screen, recliner seats, popcorn, right?
Yeah, that's not how I eat the popcorn.
Nah,
but...
I've seen you.
They're like, and it's like this big anime about robots and fire and everything like that, which is like on par with a lot of what they've already made. So like it definitely had it was very reminiscent of other anime they've produced in the past couple of years, both like through Gainax, which is like
the animation studio that they
used. A lot of people left Gainax to make Studio Trigger.
I see.
In like not so many words. Don't quote me on that if you're like writing an article, Vice. I'm watching you.
Polygon.
Kotaku. Don't quote me in your sources. But anyway, yeah, Gainax is people kind of associate, because lots of people who worked on Gainax anime made Studio Trigger anime, but then Studio Trigger became like its own thing, and like Studio Trigger has made enough anime that it has its own theme, if that makes sense. So like Studio Trigger is they have the market on fighting robot colorful people sitting like this, and then having
sometimes sitting like this.
Yeah, sitting like this. You
guys can't see that, but try to stand up on this. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait.
There we go. Oh, whoops.
Oh. That's the one thing you can't do on stream.
Like this. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
You did it. You did the perfect, like, that was the moment that everyone decided they would like Promare, because
I am Leo Fotia now.
You're Leo now, because that's the one thing, that one GIF or GIF, if I'm not going to be controversial on this stream, that one GIF that everyone loves is when he makes a throne out of his burnish flames, and he just sits like that.
Yeah. This is it. That's all you need to know about Promare. Really.
That was the moment everyone fell in love.
No, honestly?
Yeah.
Honestly, me too. Like, I get it.
That's all we
How
needed.
do I get down from
Wait, hold on.
I got it. We're
Good.
good. I'm not athletic at all.
Thank you for your dedication to the stream.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so let me check and see if anyone yep, people are listening to us talk. Thank you. Keep it up.
I'm sorry. But yeah, so when I'm not a huge anime watcher, just because like there was a point in my life where like I got so busy where I hadn't seen a lot of like the new anime.
Yeah.
But just browsing through Twitter, I was like, who is this green-haired kid? And like working where I work or whatever, I was just like, oh, I know of it and stuff like that, and I've seen it, but I was just like, I don't know anything about this. I don't know what this is. But then like through Twitter and through fan art and stuff like that, I was like, oh my gosh, who is this kid? I love the design. Like, he looks super cool. I'm gonna go watch this movie. And so, like, I bought a ticket. I drove 40 minutes to the nearest theater that was playing it, and went by myself because honestly, like, my closest friends aren't like the biggest anime watchers. So I watched it by myself. I had a whole row by myself, so I was definitely watching like this, like just across with my pretzel that gave me a stomachache after. But yeah, and it was Leo that I like ended up really, really liking. I liked his character. I liked his design a lot. And yeah, it was like really.
Yeah, it was really good. I have a similar story where I was invited to a premiere for a film through an anime company. So I was also going to do anime-themed work. Yeah. And then I drove there, and there was no parking. Not even 10 minutes away that I could Uber there. So I was really mad. So then I also drove 40 minutes. I was like, well, I'll go see Promare because I'm angry. And I was prepared to sit for 2 hours.
It's like the perfect movie to watch when you're angry, though, I feel like.
Yeah, and I feel bad because I got invited by somebody to see it, but I was like, no, I need to be alone now.
It's like, your burning soul is really, really mad.
So I went and I got popcorn, and then I sat in the middle in my own row. I ate like this, and I sat in my own row, and this couple sat down, and there were assigned seats, but the theater is basically empty, and this couple sat down right next to me, and I was like, I'm gonna get up. And then I got up and I left, and then I ate more popcorn in the back of the theater. And anyway, Promare is about it's about, in the future, people, a bunch of people all at once just spontaneously combusted, and then it left them with burnish powers, which just means like flame hands, but the flame is really pretty. I actually painted my nails.
Oh, nice. I didn't.
And I did the blendy thing with my eyeshadow.
The blendy thing.
So everyone knows what color Promare is. It's blue and pink flames, which is just very, 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 very like aesthetic.
100%. I was telling Jared, the other half of Up Down Left Die, I was like, oh, this movie, it's shapes and it's colors. And he's like, okay, great, this movie's for babies. And I was like, no, you don't understand.
We have object permanence, no.
But other than like, so after people get burnish powers,
yeah,
I guess there's like discrimination, and discrimination is bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think just because of all the destruction that a lot of like the combustible people left in their wake, and then
it opens the age-old movie discourse of like, but what if people are different but not mean? What do we do? How do we treat them? And we all know the answer, but it's nice to rehash this every single time we go to the movies.
Yeah, and then make it anime.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's different in that regard.
And give people like very, very fluffy hair.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
So fluffy. It's
yeah.
so pretty. But yeah, so I don't know. Did you want to continue with your summary?
I'll continue. And then so they're kind of putting away the burnish and like arresting them and segregating them from the rest of the world. Then 30 years later, everyone it's in the future even more so. Like, it was already kind of the future, but like it's extra the future now.
So it was the future and now it's more future.
The distant future. And firefighters now have robots. Firefighters now have robots and don't have to wear shirts or like clothing to protect themselves from the flames.
You're right. Yeah. Why doesn't he wear a shirt?
I don't know. Like, he doesn't wear a shirt, but like also his like comrades were not dressed for the occasion. Like, none of them were.
They do look like they're dressed for hot weather.
Yeah.
But they're not fighting hot weather. They're fighting fire.
Yeah.
I feel like.
And Ina is like, she had like a very Darling in the Franxx pose where she was like kind of like riding her firefighting mobile like doggy style. And I'm like, how long is this gonna go on for?
It's like, oh, the whole movie. I understand.
Yeah. But she was kind of dressed like, it wouldn't have protected her from the flames, but like she looked nice, so I guess that's cool. But luckily, everyone of all genders was not wearing clothes. So that's good. And then up comes Mad Burnish, the terrorist group of fire starters, and then they're here and
in full armor.
Full armor. So there's really no excuse for not wearing clothes. But they're here in full armor and then full set of clothes underneath that armor too. Mm-hmm. So they must like.
Well, it's not even like, you know, like I feel like a lot of mecha anime, they have like the plug suits or whatever.
Yeah.
He's wearing straight up like this like leather military jacket thingy with like a frill like ascot thingy and like these like stilettos. It's just like your favorite couldn't never do what he did.
I couldn't even get into those pants. It would take like hours.
It's just his leg is just charred.
He just paints it on.
It's so like skin tight.
But essentially, like, but then we realized that everyone is good, so we don't really know which side to pick because everyone just seems promising. So it's pretty wrapped up, actually. Like, they fight, and then, like, Leo loses. And it's like, well, I guess it's 15 minutes. It's only a 15-minute movie. I guess we're done here. The bad guys have been arrested. But no, not everything is as it seems. And can trusted adult figures of you look up to really be trusted is the also the age-old question we must rehash every single time we go to the movies.
Yeah, perspective is everything.
Yeah, what's really good. But speaking of good, the soundtrack.
Very, very good. Yes, Chef Kiss.
Chef Kiss.
Sparkles and everything. The pizza's in the movie, so I was trying to tie it together.
Pizza. I liked how much pizza, like I never, when I was a little kid, I learned that people don't eat pizza as much in places that aren't America and Italy. So I like to point out when there's pizza in like a foreign film. Like, yeah, there it is. Representation.
For pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget about the whole like discourse about like diversity and discrimination about like these Burnish people or whatever. It's all about the pizza.
But then one of the Burnish people, well, I can't say it, but like pizza is tied into discrimination. Like, who has the right to make pizza?
Yeah, who has the right to make pizza? Who has the right to eat pizza? And does that alter your taste buds on knowing what's good and what's not good?
Yeah, that part was sad. That was like a little bit like a thrown in part. Like, oh no, we witnessed discrimination firsthand.
Yeah, I honestly did get scared.
Yeah.
During those moments where like the bad stuff happened.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm in the theater by myself, and I was like, oh no, I hope this isn't a scary show or movie.
Yeah.
But it ended up being a-okay.
Everything was good.
Mostly.
It's better than what would have happened.
It's true.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out. They're not watching because they're a Japanese performer, but Superfly, who does Leo's theme, was the best song out of anything that I've heard, because Trigger usually has really, really good anime music, but that was the standout, was Leo's theme, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. It was just like every moment that Leo kind of like pushed through like adversity in some form. Trying to be vague, but
I feel like if you're watching this, you should probably see Promare. Like, just like for this episode, not every episode, but like watch Promare for this.
Every episode.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Why not?
I throw out a spoiler every we're just talking like, hey, it's Annie Song DJ week, blah blah blah, dies.
No, it's like a subliminal in each episode, right? Just add one more Promare thing.
There's a blinking picture for each one.
Can you edit that in post? But no, like what you said, that song was like really, really powerful. If you guys haven't heard it, it starts off with like this like very like piano-y ballady thing, and then it just gets super powerful and super. I'm assuming Superfly is the singer and not the band.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the secret Promare database.
Yeah,
and
Wikipedia,
then
all right. But the singer's voice is like super powerful in the way that like it lined up with the movie. It just created like this greater impact. And if I'm not mistaken, half of that song is in Japanese and the other half is in like some nonsensical language. And for some reason, that makes it sound even more powerful, because you're just kind of like listening to like these wrong sounds rather than like these. That makes any sense.
That makes sense. It is a band, and they've done something like that previously in Kill la Kill. The theme for whenever the mother went on, they kind of did. Well, it wasn't not German is not a nonsensical language, but they did German, like a German song in a very thick Japanese accent. So like in the YouTube comments from when I listened to it, they're like, "Oh, this is German, but it's so like it's so altered, if that makes sense, that I don't really recognize it as German, if that makes yeah." So they're very used to like kind of throwing in different languages and different like things for their songs and everything, and also like lots of songs just throw in English. There's an English song on the track too, is like the Inferno song. It's basically in English. It's about like my grandfather's journey. Yeah.
The only line that I picked
My
up.
grandfather's journey.
Oh man, but that whole song is in English.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so good. But yeah, every time that song comes on, the Kakuse by you know, like, stuff's about to happen.
Yeah.
It's very good, and it's very, like...
Fiery stuff.
Fiery and, you know, raw and passionate and all those, like, words.
So, I have a question. If you lived in 31 years from now, which is, in my mind, the time of the burnish, because it's like, we have 1 year for it to happen, and then we have 30 years for it to be 30 years later.
Also 31 years older?
Okay, that's the point too. Is like, okay, that's hard. Cause like, do you think you'd be burnish or not burnish?
Knowing my luck, I'd be not burnish.
So you'd be 31 years older.
I would be 31 years older and like complaining about how this pizza is making my stomach hurt because I've developed a gluten intolerance, and then there's just like people using fire magic everywhere. And I'm just like, I don't know what's happening.
But like prior to what's happening, like you just go and your stomach hurts. It has nothing to do with what's going on.
Yeah, it just hurts because I'm 30 years older. Has nothing to do with evolution and combustible people or anything like that.
Knowing my luck, I get sick really easy, so I feel like I'd definitely be a burnish.
Would we be friends?
We could be friends, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I'd definitely be like not like active in fighting. Like I'd try and then like I'd trip, but I'd also be able to like hide very successfully for like the whole time span. So like for 30 years, I'd just be like hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, you could do like bonfires. You can do like make stuff.
Yeah.
I guess that's what Pizza Guy was
Yeah.
doing.
But like I try to like work from home. Like I'd be like a transcriber like from my house, because like I'm like I don't want to risk it. Like what if people are mad at me for being a burnish, and then
Okay.
yeah.
So you would stay hidden.
Yeah, and just like make marshmallows for people. So I'd like use up all the burnish, because I think they have to they have to use it in order to like
yeah, I see.
to like feel. Don't they have to? Do you feel like?
That's what I remember Leo saying. It's just like I have the need to feed, right?
Yeah, like you have to burn something or else. Like it's like blue balls, but for like burning.
The yearn to burn.
Yeah, the yearn to burn. So like I feel like if I like burnished like out, I would definitely get caught immediately and I'd die. So I would just like never. I would just only do it like in my spare time.
Could you like? Would it be one of those situations where like you're in a group with a group of friends and then you just have to use your burnish powers, and then someone just goes, "We get it, Shelby, you vape." It would be like
you vape. Like I'm like one of those people who has like a keychain bottle opener, and I'd just be like, "Hey guys, does anyone need a bottle opened?" I'd be like, "Does anyone need anything burned?
Right.
Any special burning powers?" I just burn the bottle open. It just gets worse, and they're like, "I have a bottle opener. Thanks, Shelby. Thank you." All right.
Like hot.
Hey, I think that there's a cop over there. I think you need to go back in your burnish den for a while.
You could like go to like, I don't know, like a smoke circle and then just light everyone's cigarettes, because that's what smoke circles are.
I would just like hang out outside like smoking buildings and everything like that, like non-smoking, smoking, and be like, "Hey, do you need a light?"
Yeah, you could be like one of those like cool older people and all these like kids who are like, "Oh, will you buy me cigarettes from this 7-Eleven even though I'm underage?" And then you can like tease them and be like, "Yeah, I can light it for you." And then you go, "No," and you get down on the floor and you step on it. Because I don't know.
All right, if anyone has a contacts for Studio Trigger or Dare, we're looking for freelance work as a writer.
That was like the worst skit that we just wrote.
Yeah,
contact us.
I'm gonna answer some of the comments. You guys are so bubbly and cute. Thank you very much for your statements.
It's only Shelby though.
It's me and Kirby.
Yeah, it's true. Kirby's on the
Just kidding. I was excited when I watched Promare. I literally was only sitting on the edge of my seat. And then people are just commenting on our comments.
But were you sitting like this? Old people noises.
Speaking of the best Promare sitting, because that was the best Promare sitting. That's when everyone fell in love with Leo, was just the sit. There's also one other pose that's really important in every robot anime and Studio Trigger anime, and it's like you got your leg out and you're like the soft protagonist, and like you got one leg out and then you're like,
these are like stools, so they're very hard to
you're
do
sitting,
stuff in.
yeah, you're sitting like this. And you're just thinking, and then your like hunky strong like romantic interest is like looking at you from afar. In like one case, the hunky strong romantic interest is Space Patrol Luluco, and that's Luluco. But like I'm gonna give the credit to someone on Twitter who I don't remember, but somebody compiled a photo collage of all the times that someone has done the thinking sit, and had their love interest watching them.
The rodent thinking sit?
The rodent, like the sitting, yeah, like the rodent sinking sit. Like on a really jagged rock and just thinking, and it was nice that Trigger thought about us again and put that in as
Thank you for my life, Trigger.
Thank you for my life, Trigger. I think it also like is there any Studio Trigger, if I name any, have you also felt the same way about any of those Studio Triggers?
Am I gonna get my weed?
Wait, let me do this again. Has Promare made you curious about any other Studio Trigger anime?
You know what? Because of Promare, I started watching a non-Trigger anime. But I started watching Demon Slayer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so I got through 1.5 episodes in a week, which is really good for me. That's the reason why I haven't seen a lot of anime, because it is hard for me to like sit down and watch something.
No, me too.
But yeah, because of Promare, I'm just like, I want something like that. I want something that's like this high octane action. I want to see the shapes and the colors. Everything's pink and I love it. So I was looking for that.
Yeah. I think Demon Slayer is a good anime. A lot of people have told me like you have to get through like 5 or 6 episodes for it to be like good.
Okay.
So that's like that's hard for me too, because I'm like, do stuff.
I need time.
Be a dragon. I've given you 45 minutes. Become a dragon now. So I'm also trying to get into Demon Slayer too.
Okay, cool. We're on that same page.
We're on the same page. I would recommend, if you like Studio Trigger, if you liked Promare, another Studio Trigger one, there's like several directions you can go, because luckily Promare kind of like you could kind of see something from each of their anime, just kind of like as an influence, or like a contribution or continuation or whatever. What's the word? If it's like they made something and then they put it, like elements of it into later anime. There was elements from their previous anime
like
in Promare.
Not a callback, but like it's what Pixar does.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
It just kind of felt like that. So anyway, there's a couple directions you could go. If you liked like the quirkiness and the colors and the everything like that, I would recommend Space Patrol Luluco. If you liked
write these down.
Okay. All right. Good. Space Patrol Luluco, if you like the colors and kind of the quirkiness and the wackiness and everything like that. If you like the soundtrack, and kind of the character dynamic, I would recommend Kill Alla Kill. If you like giant robots and angst, then I would really recommend Tenjin Toppa Gurren Lagann.
I like both those things.
See? I figured we could do something like that. Yeah.
Here we go. I'm getting my
And if you like innocent discourse and thoughts about like ethics and everything like that, I'd recommend Little Witch Academia.
Aw, that one is cute.
In time for Halloween.
It's thematic.
We're there.
What are the people saying?
We're the people sitting. That's us.
No, what are they saying? What
are the people saying? I thought you were like, we're the people sitting. I'm like, no. Yeah, good.
Who is that? The person between the people.
Oh, someone from my high school said, "Hi, Shelby. Hi, high school friend." And then they said, my jaw started hurting when I saw them do classic gunbuster cross-arm pose because I was smiling so hard.
What is a classic gun?
I don't know that much about mecha. I'm gonna be honest with you. the internet. I don't know what that means.
I feel like that's just a TikTok dance.
I like the youth. They're just keep on making new things, doing new
Right?
things.
I can't keep up.
I can't keep up. I have a 9-year-old, my aunt's granddaughter and everything like that. She was like, "Hey Shelby, want to make some TikTok videos?" And I'm like, "Not really, but you're enthusiastic about it, so we're gonna." And she was like, "Okay," like. And then she's like, "Now you do the other dance." And I'm like, "I don't know the other dance."
Gundam. That's all you gotta
Gundam,
do.
Gundam. And now, like, I have, like, a TikTok, like, and she told me later that, like, our TikTok got 3 likes. So, like, we're getting up there.
Good,
yeah,
very
yeah.
good. Follow UpDownLeftDie on TikTok. Do it now.
You guys, you and Jared should learn the TikTok dances.
Oh, we can barely. I like just learned how to floss, so I do it everywhere. And I have like nephews too, where I'm just like, oh look, I'm gonna floss in front of them as I just see them just nope. But yeah.
So, if we want to get, like, we're allowed to get, like, a little, okay, it's spoiler time, everybody. It's time for the spoilers and everything like that. We're gonna maybe say a spoiler, maybe not, but just get out if you haven't seen Promare. Just get out of here.
Or stay in if you haven't seen it.
And you're just not gonna see it, because I understand life is, you're busy. Like,
just accept those spoilers. Let
just
it
accept
become
them.
you.
Yeah, because honestly, deep down, I feel like everyone who sat in that theater knew the plot 45 minutes in at least.
It's honestly not the deepest thing that I've seen, but it's still like a heck of a lot of fun, you know?
I feel like no one like would be spoiled if it was like, what? They work together and they're friends at the end and they learn to accept each other's differences and fight for the greater good. What the hell? That's not what I wanted.
What do you mean Kingdom Hearts is like?
Okay, so do you ever is there a point where you kind of like, you decided, other than the pose, was there like a point when you were like, man, this is great, I like Leo?
There was, okay, so I will watch Promare 150 times, even if if it was just the Leo scenes. Let me just put that out there. So you know that I'm coming from a place of 100% bias. But there was this scene, spoilers, where he gets shot with that ice bullet thing, and his friends sent him off to space and he got stuck on a mountain.
That was a good part.
This sounds like crazy pants out of context, but
yeah.
And it's a bullet that, like, it's basically killing him from the inside. Like the icicles are like forming, his body is made of fire, and he's not having a good time at all, and it's just building and it's building. And at the same time, Kakuse is playing in the background, and he just like willpowers his way out of it, and he like takes it out of his body. And that was like the moment where I'm just like, I love him so much. He's just like, so there was like these moments, that moment, and then when the dragon came, the crying dragon,
yeah, that was good.
Those moments where Leo like does that stuff where it's just like pure rage and emotion is like, those are the moments that I like about Leo, because I think it's even in his design too. And I know I could just be talking out of like nowhere, but a lot of the fire and the colors are like that blue and that pink, right? A la Shelby's eyes. And that's shown on his design as well, like through the highlights. So like half of him is pink and half of him is blue, even though he's like wearing black. And to me, that felt like, that made him seem like he was just like radiating that energy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, you know, like, he's a very small lead design. He's a small character.
He's a small boy,
but he you know, exudes so much like power and energy and like raw emotion, and you know, like he gets so frustrated and that he cries, and like there's a lot of grief behind him and all that stuff. So those are the moments that made me just really love Leo.
Yeah. Another thing too with Promare is a good topic that's been up for discussion is spoiler time. There's, at the end, they kiss, And there's not really a lot of build up to the kiss. Like if you think about it, like with foreshadowing, like, oh yeah, they mentioned kissing once, so this might be something later. But like at the end, it was like, oh no, only a kiss can save the true love. Like the
I think you can take it either way, right?
Yeah,
It's like, is it CPR or is it like this like level win? Like what is that movie with Multipass?
Multipass.
What is that movie?
Fifth Element.
Yeah, is it like a Fifth Element thing where love wins the war, or is it like a CPR thing? And I think you can kind of go either way.
You can go either way, but it was definitely put like there's much more heterosexual ways to resuscitate somebody. They could have been put in.
It was like the scene lingered on them, the layout of like their bodies, and it was just like the whole audience was like quiet. So I definitely do see it. I can take or leave the ship.
Yeah, I can take or leave the ship. I'm not like, oh boy, like I want to be like them someday with like my partner. Like, I mean, actually, no, I do. Actually, that's not healthy at all if I don't want to be like them, because they work together and they have different interests and they get along. That's actually admirable.
I don't think you want to be in that situation where like half
true.
your arm is burning off and the only way to get it back is with the kiss. But
that's true. That's not healthy.
You.
Yeah. Imagine if that was my fetish, like just like burning arms. Hold on, that was a joke, but then it went heavy. Anyway, so Burnish, they're cool. They hang out. They're friendly. I can take or leave the ship. Like I'm happy that they're just getting along. I guess that's the thing. Like yeah, you're together. Yeah. You're hanging out.
Like I'll see the fan art. I'm like I'll like it. It's cute, but you know it's not something that I'm going out to actively search for.
Yeah. But like they also like they make a pretty non-toxic couple, good boyfriends. So I'm like also whatever you guys want to do, I'm here for you. Like just like yeah.
It's true. It's there. Yeah. Plays on that whole like. What is toxic masculinity and what isn't? And
that's why I brought it up, was because they did put in a scene where two men touch lips. Regardless, like that was put in for a reason. There was intention behind two men touching lips in this anime movie, and it's not really regarded as any less of a manly movie because there's a very strong possibility that two characters might be gay or at least enjoy mouth touching.
Mouth touching, just touching the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like it didn't. I think it is like you can take it or leave it, right? Like,
yeah.
If that's something that you're wanting out of this movie, it's there. If it's not something you want out of this movie, it's not there. And I think that's why it's so not necessarily that's the reason why the movie was successful, but like that's why it's so accessible for everyone.
Yeah, it's great that it's not seen as any less masculine because the possibility of homosexuality is very strongly implied in it, and I think that's great. Like no one's like, oh, I like Promare, but like I'm not gay or anything. Like no one's really saying that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's great that like Trigger incorporated that like so well, and that like we're in a time where like two men are allowed to touch lips when one of them is burning and
and dying.
Yeah, and dying, and it's fine. Like it was definitely like groundbreaking that was implemented into the plot and everything like that. It was definitely groundbreaking for the time and everything, but it's also not as controversial as it would have been like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, everything. Yeah.
I did hear in my theater, someone just go, oh, shoot, like that. So I thought that was really, really funny.
Yeah, I saw it not, like, it was a couple days after, so, like, I had already seen on Twitter, like, they kiss, kiss party. Yeah, so it was like, nice.
Kiss.
Everyone should kiss each other. I want like a second Promare where everybody kisses somebody.
Yeah, just kiss party. That's how you get rid of the burnish. Just love them.
That was kind of the thing too, is like, spoiler, but like the ending was like, nothing makes sense in Trigger, but it was like, no, instead of bad burning, there's love burning, and instead of setting things on fire, it's setting things on love. And then the flames are gonna undo all the burning in the world because we're all loving the world.
Yeah, it was just basically like a reset button. Everything's on fire, but we're all good.
Yeah, everything's on green fire.
It was just like a very anime movie.
Yeah. So it was like that was cool that everything was like that. Studio Trigger has like stayed true to their like. It doesn't make sense, but we're gonna make it make sense the more that we punch each other, and for that I'm thankful.
Oh man, I watched it dubbed.
Okay, I watched it subbed, and I'm sure it was pretty much the same.
I thought it was pretty good dubbed.
Yeah, a lot of the voice actors who are in it are really good. So like I think there was no wrong way to do it. I went to the later showing, so then I got the subbed version. But like it's always gonna be good. Everybody is like, there's always this dub versus sub, but deep down, all that matters is Promare.
It's true. It's true. Promare just taught us that the only thing that matters.
And Superfly.
And Superfly.
Shout out to Superfly.
That was a good scene too. The last moment between Leo and his Promare.
Yeah.
Like drifting off into space time or whatever. Promare's an alien, by the way, which I didn't expect at all, but go off, I guess. But that scene was very, very pretty. It was very well done.
My favorite scene was when they crashed through the ice into the secret layer, and they were like, "How did you know that we'd come?" And he was like, "I didn't. This never would have happened."
Like, what happens if we never came? I guess the bad guy would win.
Yeah.
There were a lot of moments that were very like self-aware like that made it really, really funny.
That was the most trigger scene because they were like, they acknowledged like, yeah, this plot is not it's kind of paper thin, but we're here.
There's like a moment where there's another character, his name is Gallo,
who everyone is calling like second coming of Kamina.
Oh, because he looks the blue hair, the muscles. I can see that.
Manly
but, like,
spirit.
Early on in the movie, while he's like fighting, he's doing like this like monologue. Bad guys straight up say like, "Are you while we're fighting? Like, what's happening?
Are you dumb?" Yeah.
It's like he's dumb.
And he's very like self-aware dumb too, so that's honestly the best part of it.
He's passionate. He has a burning soul.
Burning soul. Everything came full circle in our conversation right now. So, what's next for you is like, so you're going to be buying something.
Oh my gosh! So, is that my lead up?
That's your lead up.
So
you need to tell everyone what you did.
I bought, with the help of my friend Frances. She is I think the #1 like figurine collector in the world. She's like on YouTube, and she's like she owns like her site is like how a girl figures, and she does like panels and like all this stuff, and she's, crazy in the industry for like her love of figures. And she helped me buy a Leo Fotia figure that was about 100 something US.
That's not bad.
It's very beautiful. I think it's like the early concepts, right?
Yeah.
But it's the Koto.
So you pre-ordered it.
I did pre-order it. My boy is coming home June 2020.
That's good.
But I did that. Thank you, Francis, for enabling me.
It's figure collecting is like, it's just weird because like a lot of times with anime, you'll get the figures right away. Yeah, all these figure boys. Like a lot of times with anime, like if you don't pre-order if you don't pre-order when it first comes out and everything like that, you have to like wait years for like the second editions, third editions, like all of these things and like the lower tier ones.
I was afraid of like losing out by like.
I would be.
I want it now,
Yeah.
Like, everyone I know is like.
All those assholes with the Leo profile picture are gonna take it out from under you.
But yeah, like she was like, oh, you can get this like super edition where it comes with an extra face where he's smiling, and if you sell that, and I was like, sell it. There is no selling here. I'm gonna keep this boy forever. I ended up just opting for his normal face, which is like scowl, because I think that like looks better on him than a smile. Don't get me wrong, he deserves to be happy, but also I think he just looks better angry. So I'm excited for him to.
I commit blasphemy a lot. Is I take my figures out of the box because I don't want to sell them once I get them. Like they're part of it now. And if I get like a really nice or really expensive figure or I find it, I just don't. I know that I shouldn't have bought it, so I don't want to sell it.
This is like a big thing for me too, because like I don't buy figures.
Yeah.
I usually like if I buy like video game sets and bundles, they come with the figure, right?
Yeah.
And like the only one that I like have like on my shelf is my Noctis figurine from Final Fantasy 15, and so I'm gonna put my Leo next to him. I'm gonna make a little room. This is gonna be.
They
great.
can be friends.
They can be friends.
Yeah, I definitely like if I win the lottery, I have my shelf is separated into like Love Live first gen, Love Live second gen, Fate, Magical Girl, and then in the middle somewhere is Studio Trigger and Ganax figures, and that's where they all live. So like I definitely like once I win the lottery or once more I'm hoping more Leo figures come out because like I respect the $100 figure buying market, but I shouldn't right now, and any encouragement I cannot handle because I will do it. So I'm hoping like eventually there'll be more figures out that are like the cute little like, hey, I'm just hanging out, I'm Leo, like, you know.
Hanging out. I'm Leo. I like pizza. I'm just hanging out. I'm burnish powers.
I like zippers. Is there anything wrong with that?
I have a
No.
weird zipper on my thigh for some weird reason that no one knows. There's a siren going on. Maybe there's a fire. I hope there's no fire, actually.
Yeah, it's not as fun if it's not an alien fire.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, where love wins and love prevails.
Love prevails. Okay, we're nearing the end of the stream. We've been talking for an hour about Promare. Where can we follow you?
At the beginning of the stream, I mentioned that I do Twitch streaming. I'm one half of a streaming duo called UpDownLeftDie, so you can find me at twitch.tv/UpDownLeftDie. Tomorrow, actually, on our channel, we're having voice actor Ray Chase on stream, so about 8 p.m. Pacific time. Tomorrow, you can tune in and watch him do cool stuff with his voice and his face, maybe. If not there, you can search UpDownLeftDie on any major social media platform. Me and my co-streaming partner will be there. If not that, Short Round Cosplay on Instagram, Special Brewis on Twitter. That's the most important ones.
Sorry, I make faces when people talk.
It's okay. We can
dance.
Yeah.
All right, cool. My name is Shelby McWeeb.
Tiffany.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram as Shelby McWeeb, Bombshell Media on Facebook, and Shelby McWeeb on YouTube.
Do the following.
Follow
of the
us.
things.
Never stop.
Never stop stopping.
Do you have any closing remarks?
My burning soul.
Same. Actually, I'm kind of hungry.
But no, I hope I didn't ramble too crazily, and glad to be here.
Thank you for coming on the stream.
Thank you for inviting me. I had lots of fun talking and sitting like this.
And is there any other anime you might be interested in watching after Demon Slayer does or doesn't work out?
I think people should let me know their recommendations
In the comments and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And we're going to hold on.
Oh, keep dancing. Oh, keep dancing, she said. Keep dancing. She's running away. She's fleeting. She's she's all